More CGC books came in the mail.
Cross the rainbow bridge of Asgard, where the booming heavens roar. You'll behold in breathless wonder the God of Thunder, mighty Thor.
I'm really excited about this. I love getting CGC graded books. I think it's one of the best parts of the hobby. I just do. And it's like Christmas. And I'm pretty lucky to get it. So anyway, I got a bunch of CGC books. I did a video earlier showing some of my misses. You're going to see some more misses on this video. I'm doing 3 of these videos. And the last one, I should be able to show you some really good stuff. There is good stuff. But it's again, like my last video, CGC is grading toit, very toit. It's not been the easiest row for a lot of collectors sending in. Some people, it seems to work fairly well for them, but most of the guys I know have been hit pretty hard, which tells me I gotta, bring my A game. I gotta bring my A game. There's not a lot of gift grading anymore. That may be a thing of the past, and I guess that's okay. I mean, it definitely makes CGC 9/8 and higher grades more valuable, in my opinion, because there's just going to be less of them, and that's okay too. So I'm okay with it. I'm just it's just hard when it's your books, you know. So anyway, I have some books. Let's just dive right into it, shall we? Okay, what do we got here? Ooh, so everyone knows I'm a huge fan of this book. I'm a big believer in it. As a kid, it was one of the great books of its era, in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion. It's X-Men 120. This came back at 7.5. Oddly enough, I wasn't expecting that. CGC really, really paid attention to this one, apparently. There are a couple spine dings on it. I was expecting probably a solid 9.0, 8.5. And that was just never going to be the case, apparently. So 7.5 was the off-white pages. First appearance of Alpha Flight, which is just such a great team. To me, as a Canadian, you just got to love Alpha Flight. You just got to love it. It's just what it is. And I think a lot of Americans do, too. This was some big deal shit back in the 80s. I remember I couldn't afford this book. I don't think it was more than $15, but I mean that was $1 million to me. This book is going for decent money now. Oddly enough, it's not amping up as fast as others around it, which is fine because I think it gives us opportunities to maybe pick some up. And as you'll see, I picked up a bunch. So I got another one here. I got this is a step up in the right direction at 8.5. Not going to lie, was expecting a 9.0 or higher. And that's not terrible. It's not a terrible hit. It's still a great book. 8.5 solid. A lot of people would love this in their collection. And I hope one day I can make sure someone does get this in their collection. So, and again, I've been snagging these over the years whenever I can find a deal. And what I mean by a deal is like well under market for a raw book. So if it's going for $100 and I can snag one for $60 in the grade that we're hoping for, I will dive into it. Why wouldn't I? It's like it's a great book. It's a great book. So anyway, ooh, what else do we got here? Oh, we got a 9.0 of X-Men 120, our favorite Canadian superhero team. This black cover is a bit of a bitch. It definitely has made the market lean towards this being the preferable book. I think simply because it's just harder to get in higher grades. It's also, that's just a way cooler cover. It's just I just love it. This is true X-Men cover to me. Of this era. I just drooled over these books as a kid. And I'm actually kind of shocked I own as many as I do. And frankly, I think I have too many. I never thought I'd say that. I'm probably going to start unloading a few of these soon. Again, picked them up for a reasonable price. I'm very happy with anything over a 9. But we're not going to lie, I was expecting a little higher on these ones. But that's just Just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. Oh, look at this. Another X-Men 120, 9-0. They were tough on me this year. They were just tough on me. It just is what it is. I'm probably coming off as like a spoiled brat. I am still very happy with the 9-0. Don't worry. It's good. Again, what I'm into these books, it's not a big deal. But God, I look at this and I'm just like, have I just stopped learning how to grade? I guess I have. I guess I don't know anything because I can't. It just makes me crazy. And just know I've looked over these books a lot since I got them. Yeah, it is what it is. So I mean, I look at this book; it's a 9-4 all day long. So anyway. Oh, there's another one here. Oh, it's a 9-4, which I'm very happy with. 9-4, I go back to what I said in my last video. 9-4 is near mint to me, and it's just a solid right in the middle, near mint copy. Everyone should love this. This is a book I don't have higher than a 9-4. I was really hoping this one would pop into a 9-6 because I'm trying to get all the X-Men Burn books in 9-6, the keys anyway. And this is the one I can't seem to get. So it looks like I'm just going to have to pony up the money and buy one from someone. I was just hoping I could do it with a raw book. And apparently CGC won't allow that wish to come true. So that's okay. Sometimes that's just the way she goes. But 9-4, I have another 9-4. I'm not unhappy with either of them. These are damn good books to own. And I'll probably unload the other ones when we start hearing news that they're associated to the MCU. There's gossip out there that they will have something to do with the Nick Fury series that's coming out. I think it's Secret Invasion. I hope that's true. But there's also been gossip that they'll be involved in the Wolverine movie, so who knows? Either way, it's a great book. Okay. Ooh, kind of the sister book. This is the funny book. This book used to be worth more than the 120. This was the book to get. It's the full first appearance of the Alpha Flight, issue 121. I have a couple of these. Again, it was years ago. I just was snagging X-Men keys, and these were pretty reasonable. But this book used to be the #1 book, and now it's kind of fallen into a pretty much half the price. Well, not half the price, but it's dropped in price quite a bit comparatively to the 120. I never really loved this cover. I don't know why. It's full of action and suspense and everything you'd ever want. But the other one just kills it over this. It's just so much better. But this is still a very, decent key for an X-Men book. We should all have one. It's one of those books we should all have. That's how I see it anyway. If you like X-Men, this is a book you have to own. So I have a couple now. That's the end of buying those. I think I have a few more raws, but I have so many other books I gotta get graded. I just don't think I'm gonna be going down this path anytime soon. But these go for good money though. I'm sounding really negative today. Oh, I'll tell you why I'm sounding negative today. I'll show you why. This is the reason why. If I was going to say anything negative towards CGC, this would probably be the book I'd probably say it towards. Just because I'm not going to lie, I was pretty upset about this. I think I screamed to the roof of my house. I said, fuck, really loud in front of my kids, which makes me both a terrible person and just a person who can't control their emotions, apparently. At least that's what my wife told me. So I got over it, though. It's X-Men 129. 7-0! I was expecting like a 9-2 on this one. And I looked at the grader's notes, and they said slight creasing on the cover. Light creasing, I should say. And that seemed to be the grader's note for everything. Yeah, just light creasing on the cover. But some books didn't even have creasing, and some books had a lot of creasing. It doesn't make it... It's a little... It doesn't make any sense to me. This book I went through with a fine-tooth comb too. But there are, as I'm looking at it, there are issues with this book, but not issues that bring it to a 7-0. But it is what it is. That's what we got. We got a 7-0. First Kitty Pryde. I couldn't recommend this book enough. You have to own this book. I do have a 9.6, so I am, I'm covered for my collection. That book will never leave my collection, at least anytime soon. I adore that book, and I adore these books. This is a great Bronze Age key. In fact, I think it's one of the most important Bronze Age keys you can get that is still accessible. I think Kitty Pryde has a massive future ahead of her, especially if she hits the MCU. It's just the way it is. That's just how I feel. So, and I hope you feel that way too. Ooh, another hit. Oh, you bastards. Oh, you're so bad to me. This is a book I've touted in the past. I got a 9.4 on it. I have probably 25 copies of this. And I'm probably going to keep sending copies in until I get a 9.8 because I do not have a 9.8. And I would love to get a 9.8. But apparently it's not this one. This, I cannot even grasp why it got the grade it got. It is beautiful. The only issue it has is a slight little publisher, bad blade where they cut it wrong a little bit, and that's it. It's gorgeous otherwise. And it's been pressed and cleaned by the amazing Greg Gurr. But goddamn that cover. I love this cover. It's one of my favorite Copper Age covers. And I think it's a highly, highly undervalued book. I think people don't pay attention to this book. I think you can pick this book up for nothing. It's the first appearance of a very cool character. I'm not saying he's diving into the MCU anytime soon, but I think he has a lot of potential to be a part of the MCU. I will always tout this book as being one of the most undervalued books going right now. Just throwing it on the table. We'll talk in a couple years. So, pick them up, guys. They're nothing. They cost nothing. Okay, so we got that. Oh, man. The hits keep on hitting. Oh. This is a book you need in a 9.8. And honestly, 9.6 is good too. I mean, obviously, 9.6 has still got value to it. But when you see the book I'm talking about, it just, there's so many of them. X-Men 282. I got a 9.6. It's another one of those books. I don't know why I got a 9.6. I just can't get my head wrapped around it. But I got a 9.6. And that's the way the cookie crumbles on that one. So I'm going to use that term a lot apparently today. 9.6 is the new 9.8. And that's that. But Bishop, guys, grab this book. It's a great book. And it's still reasonable in raw grades. You can pick them up almost anywhere. They were fairly highly printed from what I remember. God, I remember the 90s used to see like almost long boxes full of them around. And you're not seeing that anymore. You just, people are snagging this stuff. So snag a few before they get too pricey. They, again, the overpublishing of them will probably never allow it to be worth thousands by any stretch. But this is a character I truly believe will definitely hit the MCU. He's just too cool not to. He ticks all the boxes too. So keep your eyes out. X-Men 282. Oh, here's a book I've never owned, and I knew this was not going to come back in a high grade, but I picked this up for like $20 raw, and it was pretty banged up. And then the incredible Greg and Greg pressing on Facebook, pressed and cleaned this for me. And I honestly, I don't know why I even sent it to him because it was so low grade, but he got an 8.0 out of it. I was really surprised. He said, you should send it in. It's worth $100. Why not? And I didn't own it, so I thought, why not? I would love to have like a 9.8 of this. This is a book that I just never bought. It's just never really paid attention to. I really should have. I think this is a severely undervalued X-Men key. It's one of the most popular X-Men characters going. They published a lot of them, so obviously but they also published a lot of Amazing Spider-Man 300, and look where that book is now. It's like $5,000 in 9.8, which is, I think, borderline insanity. But anyway, I got an 8.0 on that. That is actually pretty good for this book, if you were to look at it. It presents really well, but there's like a little hole in the cover, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, 8.0. Pretty happy about that. Oh, another Rogue. This is the Rogue key, big into Rogue keys these days. Was obviously looking for a 9.8 on this, but a 9.6 is what I got. Not super unhappy. It just is the way it happens. This is Rogue entering the X-Men team. This is a big book. I don't know how big it is, but it's definitely when Rogue becomes somebody, people are going to be going after all these keys. This is one of her top 3 keys, I think. I just had a bunch, so I sent this in. So I guess I'm going to be sending more in. But man, I just can't figure out how this got a 9.6. But it did. It did. It just is what it is, guys. I seem to be complaining a lot today. Don't worry, there's more good books coming. I promise you. Oh man, the hits keep coming. Dudes. This one killed me. So, as you guys have seen my other videos, I'm a big fan of this book. Unfortunately, I got a 9.4. I was stunned I got a 9.4. I thought a 9.6 at least. Again, I have a pile of these. I'm starting to send them in because this character is starting to become relevant. I've noticed. So, I was hoping maybe I could stack up a couple 9.6, 9.8s, away. But no, they gave me a 9.4. Again, I go looking. I can't see why. I really can't. But apparently, I suck at grading, or at least that's what CGC is teaching me these days. So anyway. If anyone wants this, it's yours. Hit me up on IG. And I mean free. Here's another one that was a bit of a hit, but I believe in this book long term. This is the first appearance of Wendell Vaughn, who's Quasar. Quasar, sorry. It's an 8.5. Wasn't expecting an 8.5. That just was a big shock to this boy. But this is the kind of book I may crack and resubmit. I don't know how you guys all feel about that. I believe that sometimes you can do it. I've done it before, and I turned a G.I. Joe 21 into a 9.8. I don't just by sending it in. So I just got lucky one day, and by the way, that ended up becoming well worth my time. So I don't know where this book stands right now financially, if it's worth my time to do that at this point. But I may do it in the future. But I do believe in this book, and I think you should hold on to these books. I received a few of these back on this submission. But 8.5 was the one I got on this. Again, I'm going through all the worst slams here. Okay, yeah, I think I got another one of those. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, guys? They're all over the place. Yeah, whatever. Oh, here's another one. I was happy about this one, but obviously I sent it as wanting 9.8, but I got 9.6. This is one of my favorite covers from the Fantastic Four. I couldn't recommend this enough. It's what do they say? It is Frankie Ray becomes Nova, and the word on the street is she's going to be involved in the MCU. I mean, everyone's going to be involved in the MCU eventually, from what it seems like. But I'm just more buying these books because I remember as a child loving it. And it seems to be working out in my favor. I have a nice 9.8 of this already, which is in my personal collection. I have a few more copies of this. I don't know if I'll be sending them in right now, if they're all going to be hammered hard. But maybe that's just the way the new normal is. And maybe I don't. Maybe that 9.8 is the only one I'll ever have. But hey, I'm not unhappy with a 9.6. I'm being so negative. Don't be so negative, Chris. It is what it is. This is a great book. The 9.6 is a book you should be happy with. I am happy with it. I just wanted a 9.8. Sometimes you send books in to try and get 9.8s. I probably should have pre-screened these. In retrospect, it's the only way to do it. This one I was stunned by. And you'll understand why. You would only send this in if it was a potential 9.8. And it was. And it still is, in my opinion. But I got a 9.4 on a Shogun Warriors #1, which makes it worth about as much as it costs to put in the slab. Which is unfortunate. I do believe in this book. I love this cover. I love the Shogun Warriors. I don't know how the rights work. I wish that people paid more attention to this book. But everyone's so wrapped up in movie talk, and I don't think they own the rights to Shogun Warriors, so we'll just never really see much come of it unless they make a movie. And then this will be worth $1 million or not. But for the time being, this was a bit of it was a miss. We'll say that. So I love this book. I have a 9.8 already. I was just hoping to get. I have a 9.8 that has a miswrap, and I was wanting a 9.8 without a miswrap. Just a better centering. And again, you can buy these raw very cheap, and I still have like 6 more I could probably send in. I bought them years ago, but dang, that was a hit. Okay, well, here's a couple of good ones. We'll edit on these ones, and again, the next video, you're gonna like it. The books get better. I promise you. We're just getting through this stuff right now. This is me in anguish. You're watching a man in pain right now, but this is not too bad. Strange Tales 178. I got an A5 on it. Not gonna lie, wasn't expecting that. Expecting more of a 9294. That is okay. I believe in the first appearance of Magus. I'm a big Warlock key guy. Love Warlock. I think that I think that it could be like Star Wars if they start bringing this stuff out. I love this stuff, and I can't wait to see Warlock on the big screen. I was hoping we'd see it sooner than later, but I guess that's just not going to happen. This is a big key. As far as Warlock keys go, I think it's the 4th best key, behind FF67, Thor 165, and Marvel Premiere #1. This would be the 4th book you should have. If you like Warlock, I pick them up whenever I can find them for a good price. I got these a long time ago, so I did very well on this book. I'm not going to sell this book anytime soon. Again, I'm just going to sit on it for a while. I think it needs to percolate, as they say. So when I show this next book, you're probably going to be like, why would you get that graded? But then I'm going to be like, fuck you, I got this graded because of this reason, and I'll tell you the reason. It's an Iron Fist 14, first Sabretooth. I got a 4.0 on it, which seems like a low grade. And here's the kicker. The reason I bought this is because I got a 4.5 on another one, and I ended up getting an offer of $250. I was very shocked by that, and I sold it immediately. So I was at I guess you'd call it a flea market, or no, I don't even know what you call it. It was like an outdoor arts place out in the prairies of Alberta around the time my mom passed away over the summer, and I just was needing some time out, and there was a comic collector there selling books, and he had this book, and it looked like a piece of dog shit. Like it looked like someone had wiped its butt with it, and it was bad, but he wanted I think $20 for it, and I thought, well, I remember that 4.5 I got $250 for. Maybe I can get a 2.5 out of this, get it pressed and graded. I get a 2.5 out of it. Maybe I can get $100 out of it. And then that money, again, can go towards the kitty, towards getting bigger books. And lo and behold, I got a 4.0 because Greg Gurr is a master of pressing. That's all I'm going to throw it on the table with that guy. But I'm going to leave it at that. I love this book. I have a really nice copy of this. I think it's an 8.5, which I'm very happy with. I'm a big fan of this. But this book, I think everyone should have in their collection. This 4.0, again, they go for decent money. A lot of people would be very happy with this. It's a solid Bronze Age key. And it was such a big deal when I was a kid. I almost want to keep it just to keep it. But I think someone else is going to enjoy it more. I'm probably going to sell it through IG at some point. Anyway, that's this video. I have plenty more coming. Some really good ones coming, actually. Because, CGC didn't screw me the whole way through. And they didn't screw me at all. They gave me their grading the way it was. I probably screwed myself. But I have another couple videos coming, and they're only going to get better. Anyway, like and subscribe if you could. That would be awesome. And also, could you go to IG? I would love for you to contact me on IG and just say hi. I'd love to meet some of you guys. Let's talk.
See you later.